Hey, what's up, Geek Squad? So in this video, we're going to cover the view component. Now, the view component is going to be the most used component within your React Native applications. If you've done any kind of web development, the view component you can compare it to the div component. Basically, it's what gets your application up and running. You're going to set up your images, you're going to set up your navigation, your cards. Everything is going to start within a view component. So right now I have the default styling, default everything that comes built in with the React Native project. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and just remove our function. I'm going to type in const app no. Now I'm just going to run this and see what happens. Okay, our screen is completely blank. Now to get started, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our view component. I'm just going to remove some of the stuff that way it's not too confusing. I might use the text, so I'll keep that in there. I'll remove all this stuff. And I actually added this the colorings before I start this video. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add our first view component. And for styles, I'm going to give it container. So it's going to be styles.container. And I'm going to add the container right here. Go ahead and just remove everything here. And our container is going to have the value of flex1. And we're going to give it the background color of primary. Now our screen is completely blue. All right. So if I were to add another view component, I'm going to add two more views. All right, and I'm going to give it, say style. I'm going to say flex. This is going to be built in. This is just for like practice. So I'm going to say flex 1, background color. I'm going to give it secondary. And for this view component, copy this, paste them right here. I'm going to give it the background color of white. Now, half of our screen is now orange, the other half is white. Now, the reason we're getting that is because our view component, our parent view component, has a flex value of 1. And both the children views both have the flex value 1. So what does that mean? It means that within this parent component, they're going to split up that parent component equally between the two. This is going to take one value, this is going to take one. They're both equal and they both live within the parent. So both of them will take half. Now, if this was 1 and this was 2, that means that this part, the white, will take up 66% of the screen, as you can see. Now, if I had it 9, it would take up 90%. Now, because it's 1 to 1, that means it's going to be half. All right, so that was a short tutorial on how you use flex. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this view here, and I'm going to have a, say, navigation. So I'll add padding top. I'll give it the value of 30. All right, and I'm also going to have a navigation. And this is where we're going to add our buttons. So I'm going to say the width of this is going to be 100%. The height is going to be 10%. and we're going to say flex direction. And this will allow all of our components to be in one single line. Flex direction is going to be row. Align items will be center. Justified content will be center as well. All right. So right now we have nothing within our navigation. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add three navigation buttons. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add my touchable opacity. I'm gonna have touchable opacity. For whatever reason, can't type right now. Okay. And this is going to be nav button. I'm going to give it the width of 30%, and the height is going to be, we're going to take up 90% of the height, so say 90%. All right, and the background color will be secondary. Border radius will be, let's say 10. All right, and also I'll put align items center, and justified content center as well. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and just add my styles.nav button. Okay, we have one of our nav buttons right there. Go ahead and make this set 90%. I'm going to go 70. Okay, that looks a little bit better, but that's border radius. I'll put this a little bit more, 30. Okay, that's cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add 3 more navigations. Okay, cool. And then I'll also add to my nav container, I'll add justified content. I'll make that space around. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to mark this as my text component. Say this is home. I'm going to add my nav text. Font size will be 20. Font weight will be 400. And color will be font color white. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just add that style. Styles dot, is that nav text? Yeah. Nav text. See how we have that in there? I'll add a little bit more weight to our font. 600. I'll go ahead, do the same thing here. Copy this. Make this our, we have our home screen. We have our profile. We have our settings. Now, basically the way that Vue works, it works as our container. As you can see, Vue, it contains its children. Our parent view, it holds the entirety of our screen. And then we have our navigation, which is at the top, and it has 3 children, which holds the navigation. So I want to give you guys an idea how you would actually use Vue. Vue is basically your container that holds whatever kind of components that you wanted to have. Right now, our header component, it has our navigation has 3 buttons in there. I'm going to show our last example. Now, it's pretty common And for our navigation, say margin, give it the margin bottom of 20. I'll say 20. Let's keep it like that. All right, now I have, what else? This is padding top. I'll put padding left, and I'll put that as 15. I'll put padding right as 15 as well. And I also change my nav buttons to 25. Oh, that's ugly. 30. Okay, that's not too bad. All right. So for our last example, after we have our navigation, now I'm going to add another view, and this is going to be our card. Now, usually on websites like Instagram or something like that, you have a post, and then it has like images within the card. So I'm going to say the width of that is 100%. The height is going to be 25%. Background color is going to be, I'll just put the font white. And yeah, I'll keep it just like that. All right. Yeah, that's cool. Let me make it a little bit pretty. So border radius, say that's 15. Okay, cool. So as you can see, similar to what you get on like a website like Instagram, it has its images, it has its card. It's 30. And basically that's where you put. So if you were to continue building this, what we would actually see is that we would have a image right here, and we probably would have some text in here saying like, okay, the description of the image and who is the who lives within that image, basically the person within that photo. We can add things like that. We can go ahead, we can put this in cut this out, make it our card. Get my card margin bottom of 20. We can go ahead and just add another card. Now, as I stated at the beginning of this video, the view is going to be the most used component within your entire application. It's going to allow you to control the entirety of the screen, which is a must. Whenever you're building a component, there's a good chance you're going to have a view. If you don't have a view, the next component that you use will actually be touchable opacity. But in most cases, 95% of the time, your components are going to start with the view. And then within your view of your screen, you're going to add other components. You're going to add your navigation component. You're going to add your card component. You're going to have components that include the user's name. It's going to include any kind of like, if you have a shopping cart on your app, anything that you have is going to use a view. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If there's any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.